have been in contact with Ms. Munge. I do expect you to be here. If we could just hold that case.
I'll go to the calendar. Petition number 2, Joshua Pierre.
Your Honor, I just spoke with Mr. Hill. He is signing up his client right now for a plea.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to the Orca City show cause calendar. Position 1, Christopher Bailey was handled this morning, and that was a plea. Position number 2, Stassi Bolster.
Good afternoon, Judge. I'm going to make the announcement for Mr. Dwayne Haddad on the case. His announcement was that Stassi Bolston never showed up, never appeared. He's never had any contact with this person. And that's just kind of where we are.
The state would request a bench warrant, Your Honor.
Bench warrant will be issued. Position number 3, Horace Jackson.
I'll make the announcement for Mr. Haddad. Mr. Horace Jackson is in the Fulton County Jail on felony charges. And so Mr. Haddad presumes that this case will be further noticed to the SAP calendar. Because it's his understanding that Mr. Jackson is currently in the Fulton County Jail pending felony charges.
So, given that it's in Fulton County Jail, we'll put him on an SAP this calendar.
And Your Honor, will that be Tuesday the 7th or?
If I may answer, so I don't know if they sent out, the notices or they probably already sent them out, so it might be the following Tuesday.
Okay. Thank you. So the 14th.
It's possible. I can confirm and send you an email.
Okay, thank you.
Position 4, Horace Jackson.
I believe that is the same defendant as position 3, Your Honor. So say,
SAP calendar.
yes, Your Honor.
Position 5, Joshua Miller.
I'm here.
Your Honor, do you mind pulling the mic a little bit closer? It sounds a little low on the recorder.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Yes, Mr. Miller, can you activate your camera for the court? Okay, Mr. Miller, do you have a private counsel representing you on this matter? You're on mute, Mr. Miller.
I don't know, but I
Okay.
was trying to get in contact with a public defender, but was having problems with that.
Okay, can you put your information in the chat and we'll have someone from the public defender's office get in touch with you. Mr. Gaither, are you the only one here this afternoon from the PD's office?
I am, but I can talk to him.
Okay, all right. So Mr. Miller, put your phone number in the chat and Mr. Gaither is going to call and talk to you after the calendar call, okay?
Okay, got it.
Thank you. Position 6, Bria Parrish. Ms. Parrish.
State, excuse me, state will request a bench warrant. Bond forfeiture.
Okay, bench warrant will be granted if she doesn't appear by the end of the calendar. Position 7, Coleman Reed.
Same
Coleman.
announcement. Sorry, same announcement, Your Honor, bench warrant.
Bench warrant will be granted if Mr. Reed doesn't appear by the end of the calendar. Position 8, Khadijah Shabazz.
Good afternoon, Judge. Ms. Khadijah Shabazz is present. This is a case that was handled by the former attorney Ray Williams. And I understand that Ms. Shabazz came to the clerk's office updating her information. I have not had a chance to speak to her at all. And and hear, everybody hear me out. If there is discovery there, I haven't filed anything in the case yet. So I'm just getting it. And I haven't even had an opportunity to look to see whether the discovery is there. So even if it's there, I haven't personally downloaded it and talked to Ms. Shabazz about it.
Okay, let's see. Apparently, Mr. Shabazz has missed court in the past. Is there a reason for that?
Why in this court?
Mm.
I didn't get the letter till the same day, so. The 18th, I was at work, and so when I got home, I got my mail, 5 o'clock. Oh, I have court advance. But usually I would got an email, so I didn't get an email. So
Okay, so you're here today, Mr. Shabazz. Why don't we, is this your case, Ms. Riley?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank
And I do have that discovery was filed, July 26, 21. So now that Mr. Gaither has his appearance in, he should be able to access it
Okay,
when he has a moment.
Yeah, as soon as I put the appearance in.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
all right. So why don't we put, do you want to speak with the state today regarding the case?
Oh, yeah, well, I can do that. Is it, does the state have an offer in the case? And
I-
can you at least send me email me a police report?
I do have the offer, that I can place on the record right now.
I'm ready.
Okay, it's 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for time served 2 days, the balance on probation, 12 anger management classes, 40 hours of community service, and to have no contact with the victim. For count 2, it is 12 months suspended on staying away from the incident location, which is 7585 Thoreau Circle, and no contact with the victim.
What is that person's name?
Give me just a moment. I'd have to pull that up.
Ricky Bolden, Ricki Bolden.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Vivier.
Okay.
Okay, so
Thank you, Judge. I'll speak to her
Okay.
after the calendar and see where we are.
thank you. Position 9, Adrian Woods. Mr. Woods present.
State will request a bench warrant.
Bench warrant will be granted. Okay, so, Mr. Gaither, if you would, speak with your 2 clients, or with your client and with Mr. Miller for me. And then as soon as position 2, Mr. Pierre is ready for that plea, we can.
Okay, absolutely. Mr. Miller, if you sit tight, I'm gonna give you a call, okay?
Okay.
Hey, good afternoon, council.
Hold and give you an announcement just in just a second.
Okay,
Thank you.
so, we will be in recess until, council is ready. Yes. All right, so, I'll hold for your announcement on this.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Okay. Just so everyone knows, position 1 on the Orca A show cause calendar, Ms. Moonguy, has come into, in person into the courtroom. And she's represented by Mr. Gaither, who will speak with him.
Thank you.
And one of them, Judge, was,
I need you to be close to the mic because it's being recorded.
okay.
Thank you.
One of them, Judge, was a negotiated plea to count 4, no insurance, but my client, and either I am misunderstood him, but regardless, he's insisted that there was definitely insurance coverage. He just didn't have it with him. So this is my first time and my client's first time to be in this court, in state court here. So I'm just asking if I can put on the record, we have a negotiated plea, but let me show the state that he had proof of no insurance, so we don't have to tender a plea to NOLO when he really did have insurance and come back. So I can tell the state and it's not a trial. It's just, I just need to get that. And then we do the plea at that time,
Okay.
whenever you can get me back. But, and I understand the state's concern. It's been a long time, but I was telling the state, I've not been here before. And first time I thought it was my client did not have insurance, and maybe that was my mistake. I'm sorry, but
Okay, you're fine. So,
that's where we are. Everything else is agreed to, and
And Your Honor, I think the defense has kind of encapsulated the state's issue, which is this was placed on the calendar January 25th. It is continued. It is now on the calendar today. This case has been around since 2021. And the state's frustration is just now, as we're about to enter a negotiated plea, the defendant is trying to find whether he had insurance or not during that time period. There has been ample time to address this before steps.
and I see the state position too, they're judging.
so can't we just, call the insurance company and
That's what
and say,
he has tried to do that, not having any luck. He's called the owners of the vehicle that he was driving and making sure, see if they can send something and, maybe by the end of the day, but I thought we'll, be.
okay, so it wasn't his vehicle he was driving. It was somebody else's vehicle?
Is that correct?
It's my vehicle.
It's your vehicle. Okay.
Well, then he should know who his insurance company is.
And the state's agreeable to waiting. We'll sit here until he finds that information or doesn't.
Who was he insured with? Do we know?
Who was your
Company called Extras.
state correct?
Extras. TRIS.
Okay. He said Trexas. I've never heard of them.
I haven't either, Judge.
And you don't have your insurance company's phone number?
Yeah, sorry, Your Honor. My cousin is the main person who's in charge of the insurance information. I just sent him the money to pay for it, and then he makes sure the car is covered. So he let me know that the car was insured at the time. At the time I was pulled over, I was on my way to my second job. I left my wallet at my other job. Yeah.
Okay, so you're here. And I'm not quite clear if I understand what you just said.
I think, Judge, he said he switched and he's no longer with that company, correct?
That's correct.
Right, but it should be an easy matter to call that company that you were with and to just have them say that yes, on August 19th of 2021, Mr. Pierre's vehicle was insured by this company. Right?
I would assume so, yes.
Okay, and is there any reason you can't do that right now?
I mean, I called my cousin, as I said before, he's the main person in charge of the insurance. I just sent him the money to pay for it, and he said he's in the process of doing that right now as we speak.
He's in the process of doing what right now?
Calling the insurance company.
Okay.
I don't mind waiting around.
Okay, I don't mind waiting. I just, I know you're coming to court today, right? And you know that one of the issues might involve insurance. My question would be, and it's not just a question to you, it's a question that I ask people in traffic court all the time. Why would you bring the information that would exonerate you from the charge if you have it? I mean, I just wouldn't go to court and say, I've got insurance and expect that somebody's just gonna believe that without me proving or bringing documentation. I wouldn't want to have to come down here again, to be quite honest with you.
Yes, I would like to apologize for that. It's just such an old case. I thought I had the information ready and present, and I thought I would be able to come in and then solve the matter.
Okay, so we're gonna be here for just a little while.
Yes, sir.
why don't you all just see if you can, get it together or to call the insurance company? And I want to do that for just number one, so you don't have to come down here again. And
I'm with you. I'm with you.
right, and number two, so that, we can just move this case on, and be done with it. So I'll give you some time to see if you can do that. And if you can't, then if you find out that that it's not what is being presented, just let me know, okay? Thank,
And I understand the state's position. I'm not.
no, I understand.
About that.
Okay, so we will be in recess until our counsel, Mr. Gaither, comes back. You have an announcement, Mr. Gaither?
Yes, Judge, on the Orca C show cause calendar, let's start with position 5, Mr. Joshua Miller. Mr. Miller, turn your camera back on. Yeah, I spoke with Mr. Miller, Judge, and I'll represent him. He informed me that he received a phone call, and it sounds like it may be about a potential diversion program. So I just want to confirm with the state if diversion is being offered. And if it is, my recommendation is that that's the route he takes.
I'm not aware of who may have called him regarding diversion, but the recommendation that I have was 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for time served 2 days. The balance suspended, the case would close. But if you would prefer to do diversion, I can certainly take a look into that to see if would be eligible.
Can we do that? Would that be too much, Stas?
Okay.
And then that way I can speak with Mr. Miller to see which route he wants to take.
That's something you can do this afternoon, Ms. Riley? Is that just checking his criminal history?
Yes, just give me a few moments.
Okay.
Thank you. We appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. No problem.
Your Honor,
Yes.
is Mr. Miller able to put his back against the wall? We can't see his face at all on the video because of the lighting in the room. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Miller. And we'll be back with you, Mr. Miller. Other announcements?
Yes, Judge. Position 8 on the same calendar, Khadijah Shabazz. She's present in court. I have the state's offer. But this is the case I'm gonna need to go in and file my entry and get the discovery so I can discuss it with her before we can make any type of intelligent decision.
Okay. So, you want to go on another,
Let me see, this is a status calendar would be perfect. Now, I'm sure we can possibly resolve it. We're just not gonna be able to do that today, Judge.
okay. What's our next status? Ms. Bull? Okay.
Mr. Gaither, I did just email you the police report on Ms. Shabazz, just so you're aware.
Okay,
Okay, we'll put it on the May 3rd status calendar.
I haven't had him sign it yet.
At 9 a.m. We have, and let's make sure that we have her correct address and everything. I know that this is a show cause calendar, and I don't know why she missed the previous one, but I want to make sure that it's not because she didn't get notice.
Points, but the whole requested it's because she was saying that no insurance was.
It'll be 1:30 May status.
okay.
I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
Because I mean, I had no intention of doing.
Thank you. You probably told me that already, but my.
As well, so just let you know that will be.
Guilty to mind driving.
Okay, and once we get that, I guess she's free to go.
Okay, thanks, Judge.
I will need to double check. Or it's not even close to this one is like.
Any other announcements, Mr. Gates?
No.
It's not really an announcement now, it's a question. Ms. Githier, can you give me your number one more time in the chat regarding Ms. Moon Guy? I have a question I want to ask you.
Yeah, I put it in there.
Okay, Judge, I'm gonna step out and just speak with Ms. Githier for a moment.
Okay. Um, While you are getting him signed up, since he still has to answer all the questions, I will look up the dismissal on the remaining counts.
Your Honor, are you about to take a plea?
Thank you. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You put your hand down. Thank you. Ms. Falk?
Yes, Your Honor. On count one, the exhaust violation, count two, the no insurance, and count three, failure to have license on person. The state is dismissing those charges. We have provided Your Honor with the null cross on those counts. The defendant was able to provide his proof of insurance today here in court. On count four, the laying drag, the state's recommendation is a $500 fine to be paid in stanter. He does have the funds on him today, according to his attorney, and will be able to pay and close that out. The state is asking the defense to stipulate to identification, venue, as well as factual basis.
Judge, we stipulate to the venue and the factual basis to enter a guilty plea to laying drag, Judge.
Okay.
And I have gone over the plea sheet with him. He has signed and initialed that, Judge. My opinion, understanding he's intelligently doing that.
Okay. And he does realize that that it's going to be $500 plus court costs.
Yes, and he can,
move over
he can
$200.
pay now.
Okay. Mr. Pierre, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 007248, you wish to plead guilty to laying drags. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this afternoon?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir. He's done a great job.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and if by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Pierre. Once you get the fine paid, you'll be done.
Yes. Thank you for your patience as well.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you were able to get that information. I mean, I'm glad that you don't have to come back down here again. You know, you can get it behind you today. Okay?
Judge, where does he need to go to get that paid? And,
You'll have a seat right there. I'll provide you.
all right, and can I be dismissed, Judge?
Yes. Have a good day. Thank you for
I'm
your
gonna
help.
get city adorable.
Okay. All right. Drive safe.
Your Honor, that concludes my business with the court.
Yes. Have a good day. Thank you. We appreciate everything today.
We'll. I'll move you outside.
Okay. Bye, Judge.
Bench trials are at 1:30.
Ms. Riley, are you with me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did we find out anything about that history and
Yes, Your Honor, I was able to look at his history. This is his only arrest. I have sent the PTI referral form or intake form to both Mr. Gaither and Ms. Bolton. If if Mr. Gaither needs her to print it out there in court, but that form has to be filled out, and the $250 payment, I believe the magistrate or Superior Court Clerk's office as of today is now set up to accept those payments.
Mr. Miller, turn your camera on and then turn your mic on.
But the payment would have to be complete prior to them being, entered into or accepted into diversion.
Mr. Miller, what I'm going to say has nothing to do with attorney-client privilege. It's just what the prosecutor said. And so this is a yes or no question.
Okay.
You do qualify for pretrial intervention where you complete the program, the state will dismiss the case as if it never happened. The catch is there's a $250 fee. Can you handle that?
So that's the program that I'm in right now. I don't know if you guys can see that or not.
No, you're probably out on bond through pretrial release. People get that confused. You have a pretrial release program where you can work out a bond and get released while your case is pending. Then you have the pretrial intervention program that is spearheaded by the prosecutor's office. Okay. Two completely separate programs. One is bond, one is a program. So the question is, can you afford the $250 right now?
I can't afford it right now, no.
When do you think you'll be able to pay it?
Can we is there a way I can set up a payment plan or something like that?
Once the, Mr. Gaither, once the intake form is filled out, I do believe the diversion program will work with defendants who need time to pay.
Okay. Can we, Judge, can we just, since this is a show cause calendar, can we put him on a status calendar to at least give him time to come in so he can fill this work out and submit the paperwork himself instead of me trying to do it while he's on Zoom, knowing that there was a
Sure,
pending payment?
I'm happy to do that. So I would like for him to go ahead on and get that done. And hopefully by the time the status calendar comes about, I'm not sure, how long is the diversion program, Ms. Riley?
Your Honor, it depends on their what they have to complete. So for Mr. Miller, I would request that he do the, and I did not place this on the form, but the law and decision-making classes, and I'm not sure, it varies by provider
Thank you.
as
Okay.
to which one, or, you know, how long that will take.
So if we put him on, why don't we put him on that May 3rd status calendar at 1:30?
Okay.
That work for you, Mr. Gaither?
Yeah, that does. Mr. Miller, do me a favor, put your email address in the chat so I have it. And then I want to email you this form, and then we want to get this form filled out and submit it.
I'm about to do that right now.
Okay. While he's filling out the chat, Ms. Githia, let me confirm with Maya Moon Guy. Can you please just confirm what the restitution amount was? I just want to make sure I have it correct.
Yes, it is $751.47 to Tokyo Valentino. And that's a store.
Okay, Judge, we've worked out an agreement in this case where Ms. Moonguy will pay the full restitution amount, and then the state will know across the case. So I guess this case needs to be placed on a, what do you call it? I'm tired now. Not a status calendar. What do you call it? Or I guess a status calendar for a final plea calendar for compliance.
Okay. Do you think she can get it? Does she think she can get it paid by May 3rd, you think?
Yes, I do.
So we'll place her on that May 3rd status calendar.
And if we're able to take care of that prior to May 3rd,
That's on my calendar.
Oh, okay,
So final fee for me.
okay. Yeah. April 5th, is that?
yeah, that's gonna be during my
Oh,
leave.
okay, right.
But here's here being forthcoming, I think that we'll be able to make this transaction fairly quickly. And so once the transaction is made and once the state files a null cross order, will Ms. Mungai even need to be present?
Right, once she's completed, once she's made the payment, then they'll go ahead and not process it and we'll be done. So,
Okay, can we just put it on the May 3rd? Because I'm almost certain. No, it's too many cases. Okay.
No, it's
No,
not that. May 3rd is not my date. Let me,
Oh,
let me.
sorry.
Give me a moment, please. I was putting in, okay, thank you. Miss Bolton will put it on her calendar for you.
Okay,
May 3rd.
okay, thanks.
all right,
Okay.
all right, very good. And does that take care of everything?
That takes care of Ms. Mungai, that takes care of, yes, it takes care of all my cases.
Okay. And you've gotten the information that you need from Mr. Miller?
Yes, I have his email address.
Is he free to go?
Yes, he's free to go. Mr. Miller, I'm gonna give you a call, all right?
All right.
All right, have a good day, sir.
All right, you too.
Okay, so I guess the only other thing is to go over the calendars.
Yes, Judge.
Judge, is Ms. Mungai free to leave?
Yes, have a good day, ma'am.
Orca A, show cause calendar. Position number 1, reset final plea, May 3rd. and that is at 9 a.m. Position number 2, negotiated plea.
Orca, please show cause. Position 1 is a plea, position 2 benchmark, position 3 reset to the SAP calendar, position 4 reset to the SAP calendar, position 5 is reset status. Position 6 bench warrant, position 7 bench warrant, position 8 reset status, May 3rd, and position 9 bench. But
Any questions, concerns?
Ms. Bolton, you went out a little bit on position 9. Did you have bench warrant?
sorry about that, my apologies. Yes, position 9 is bench warrant.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you all. I appreciate it. And we'll see you next Wednesday.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Have a good day.
Have a
Yeah,
good
do
day.
the same.